In everything that exists, you find the law working. In everything, in the animals, in the creatures of the earth, in the grass, in us, you find the law working. And in everything that exists, you find that the success of that creature is directly due to its obedience to the law under which it is created. Once the creature deviates from the law under which it is created, it starts interfering with its own motion. Then it brings itself to an untimely death. You never see a dog pretending to be a cat. You never see a lion acting like a gorilla. You never hear a dog saying meow. And you never hear a cat saying woof. A dog always acts like a dog, no matter what. It barks, it wags its tail, it runs, it jumps, it growls, it barks. A cat always acts like a cat. It purrs. The lion roars because that's what they was created to do. Not a human being is a different story. The human being is the only creature in God's creation that acts other than himself. Why is this? If the human being was created to be a divine supreme being, why do we act like animals in human form? The human being is created as what is called the microcosm, the microcosm. When you break down the word microcosm, you learn that micro means small or tiny. And the word cosm means universe. So the human being is in reality a small universe. Because whatever you see going on in us, human beings, you can also read it in the universe. For the same God that created us created the universe. There are 9 planets out here revolving around the sun. And all these 9 planets are mastered and controlled by the light of the sun, which keeps the planets in orbit and in order. And as long as the planets obey the law of light and keep within the prescribed limits of that law, the planets function well, and those planets have harmony. When those planets obey the law of light, then there's universal order. I'm still talking about motion and order. The same thing applies to you and me. within the human being are 9 functioning systems. These 9 functioning systems being the skeletal, digestive system, lymphatic system, muscle system, respiratory system, endocrine, nervous, circulatory, and the reproductive system. All of these 9 systems exist in our body. And the 10th system is the brain. Did you know that the health of this human body is dependent upon how well these 10 systems function in relation to each other? Anytime we get ill, anytime we get sick, this is an indication that something is wrong. This is an indication that the 10 systems of our body is not functioning according to the law under which it is created. Anytime we get sick, this means that there is disorder, dysfunction in the systems of our body. And negative thinking is the result of the disorder in the systems of our body. Now, remember I just said that there are 9 planets revolving around the sun. And I said that these 9 planets are mastered and controlled by the light of the sun. The brain in our bodies is like the sun. The brain in our bodies is what governs the systems in our body. This brain of ours is to be like the sun. It is to be lit with knowledge. And by this brain being lit with knowledge, then the systems in our body obey the law of the light of our knowledge, and we have harmony and order in the function of our bodies. That's deep. The human being is a microcosm. The same way the sun controls the 9 planets, our brain controls the 9 functional systems of our body. When our light goes out in the 10th system, which is our brain, the moment we don't have the kind of knowledge that will allow us to live by the divine law of God, then because of the darkness of our thoughts and because of the darkness of our minds, we begin to interfere with the harmonious function of our systems. When I did research on the human body, I learned that this human body is a mathematical creation. As long as we think in the right thoughts, then we will be healthy. We will feel alive. We will be inspired. We will be motivated to be great, to be successful, to make a difference in the world. The human body is a mathematical creation because, like everything else in the universe, it is on time. The heart beats at a calculated rate. That's why it's important for us to think the right thoughts. Because when we think negatively, this weakens the body. And now it's easy for us to get sick. Mind and body is connected. A weak mind produces a weak body. That's why you see people with cancer, people with AIDS. That's why a lot of them die faster, because their thoughts are all wrong. They don't have the right attitude. Instead of telling themselves that I'm going to get better, I'm going to improve, they say, it's over. My life is over. I can't beat this disease. I can't overcome this illness. It's very important that we think the right thoughts. So when the light goes out in our minds, when we stop thinking negative, or when we don't think negative, when we don't think positive, we don't function well. Then we start having problems with the heart because we're thinking negative. We begin to have problems with the rhythm of our systems because we're thinking negative. For example, when your pulse beat is off, that means your heartbeat is off. And when the doctor listens to your pulse, he's listening for the regularity of the beat of your pulse, which tells him whether you are mathematically